Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we are taking a look at the Melbourne Watch Company, one of their automatic dress models. This is the Flinders Automatic. It's in a PVD rose gold plated finish, but there are other variations such as a standard stainless steel model. Now, get everything out of the way, the price point in US dollars for this exact model is about $448, which is pretty reasonable considering all that you get for the money. From my experience with this watch so far. And it comes in some pretty nice packaging too as well. I'll give you guys a little quick glimpse of the actual timepiece, as you can see. So here's the actual box it actually comes in. It's a very nice box, a wood box here, as you can see, with their nice little logo here, Melbourne Watch Company. They are from Melbourne, Australia, and they do make, actually I should say, assemble all of their watches in Melbourne. You get your warranty booklet, warranty card, and a nice little polishing cloth and a little holster here to store your watch. I'm not a huge box guy, but this is a pretty nice box. Now let's get into the actual watch. So here is the Melbourne Flinders, as you can see. It's definitely quite a dressy watch, a bit low-key, but not really, considering we have that nice PVD rose gold plating on the watch. Now the case is comprised of all 316L stainless steel all around, but it does have that PVD rose gold finish. Now, one thing about this watch that's really cool, actually, before we get into some specifications here, the lugs and the case back are one piece, and then the actual case is another piece. So the case slides in there, which is really cool, and actually it's held on by these screws, I believe. So it's a really neat design, and yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, we do have a pretty nice, dressy kind of standard 40mm diameter here. We do have a case thickness of 9.9 or about 10 millimeters, which is pretty nice for a dressy piece. The lugs are not too long. They kind of droop down here, as you can see, so it really plants itself nicely on the wrist. And I'll show you that towards the end of the video. Now the dial is an off-white color with some nice planks going horizontally down here towards the center portion of the dial, as you can see. And that's meant to resemble kind of the planks on a yacht or a ship, which would be made of wood. So I think that's pretty cool. It kind of goes along with the whole theme here. Now, we do have applied indices over here, and they are brushed. If I can get you in really close here, you can see they are brushed, and then they are polished towards the tips of them, which is really neat. It definitely helps with legibility. It's definitely a really legible watch. I have no problem telling the time on this, and my vision is not, that amazing either. So, any age you are, I think you should have no problem actually telling the time on here. These nice long stick black hands, a really nice long sweeping seconds hand, as you can see, which reaches out to the 0 through 60 markings over here towards the end of the dial, which is really nice, and it's really easy to read the exact time and set the exact time as well, I've noticed. Now we do also get a date window at 3 with an outline around it, or a border. The logo right here is printed Melbourne Watch Company pretty neatly, and then Flinders in a script above 6 o'clock. The crown itself is signed with the Melbourne logo. It's a pull and push crown. We do get 15 meters of water resistance. So, if you splash it around a little bit, you should not worry. But definitely don't take this thing diving or anything like that. It's like serious water sports. Stay away from that. But anyway, there's the crown. As you can see, it's a pull and push crown. It has some decent knurling on it, so you get a nice little grip there. Now the case finishing, we do have polished surfaces and brushed surfaces. As you can see, the sides of the lugs are highly polished, while the circular case is brushed. The smooth bezel on top is highly polished, and the tops of the lugs, which are 20 millimeters, are brushed. Heading to the case back, we do get a nice glimpse of the Sellita SW200-1 automatic movement. Now, if you do not know this movement, it's basically a direct competitor to the ETA 2824. They're essentially the same movements. This one contains 26 joules. It hand winds, it hacks, and this one is gaining about 2 seconds a day. So it's a very reliable movement. You should have no issue servicing this movement when you need to. We also do get to see the movement, of course, through this exhibition sapphire caseback, which is held down by 6 screws. You do get your limited edition number, 49 out of 100 for this model, which is pretty cool. So these are limited edition. I'm assuming they will not be made again. As you can see, they also did add a rose gold tone marker here on the actual rotor with their logo, and a little information here on the actual rotor, 26 joules, and Swiss movement. Now, first position on this movement is self-winding, of course, and it's relatively smooth. It's not too bad there. Now I'm going to pop it out one position. We do get a nice quick set date which is really legible and actually leaves enough room so you can really, read it quite quickly when you look at it. There we go. Final position is your hacking position. Now this movement does beat at 28,800 vibrations per hour. So as you can see, we get that nice smooth sweep of the seconds hand, which has a nice M on the counterbalance for Melbourne, which I thought was pretty neat. Now, let me throw this on my wrist, show you exactly what it looks like, and I'll be right back. Here's the watch on my 6.5-inch wrist. I didn't mention, this does have an AR-coated sapphire crystal on the front, so you can see there when the sun hits it. I think it looks pretty good on my wrist. It definitely sits firm on the wrist, like it can definitely slip under a cuff. It is a dressy watch. It's meant to be in more of dressy situations. And it definitely fits nice on the wrist with that brown genuine leather strap. We do get the PVD rose gold buckle as well. The strap is quite supple and does fit nice to the wrist. I do like how it feels. It's definitely a good quality one, and I don't think you'll be needing to change this one out anytime soon. It also does have quick release pins on the backside to quickly release it. So that's pretty much the Melbourne Flinders. It's a simple, dressy watch. It has good looks, can go in, very dressy situations, and can even stand up against some pretty decent luxury Swiss watches, in my opinion. Now, if you're interested in this model, you can check the link in the description below. But for the price under 500, you're getting a Swiss automatic movement, very good build quality, very good finishing, as I mentioned there, and a decent strap, some nice packaging, and it's from Melbourne, Australia, and assembled in Australia. So what can be cooler than that, right? Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.